the YouTube. Sure, we're going. And I mute the video too, so I don't have self repeating. And
yeah, sometimes I forget to do that.
all right, so live, and we've already here. Hannah here. Hi, Hannah. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. This is the second episode of Reading Room, and very special Nicole from whose book 100 book to the host about any kind of that. Nicole,
I don't know if it's my internet or if it's your internet, but you're very, very choppy.
Oh no, I was noticing the oh, it looks like it might be my internet. Oh no. Yeah, I was noticing the refreshing. So hopefully,
sometimes it's my internet, sometimes it's, the internet just keeps us from being great, honestly.
Yeah, I know. And with these new MacBooks, they don't have wired internet, so you just got to depend on your Wi-Fi.
I hate that so much. I got my new laptop. I was like, yeah, I got my laptop. Yeah. And I'm like going to plug it. I'm like, where's the port at? That's not right. That's not right.
It's not there.
Not there.
Oh no. Oh no.
We're still frozen?
Frozen? All right.
Well, you're better for me now. Maybe it's just the lag to YouTube. It'll clear
Possibly.
up. Okay.
All right. Well, if I was laggy before, I'm not noticing the reloading on mine anymore, but
you're actually crystal clear now. So
awesome.
Perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we have Nicole here from Who Picked This Book for the second episode of Aaron's Reading Room Live. Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Awesome. So how are things with your week? Like, are you busier than you were last week, or are you not as busy as you're going to be next week? What?
This week is good. This week is good just because the way that the book club, our book club, mm-hmm. and the way my read-a-thons, read-alongs with Bree are scheduled, they are the same week. Something will happen later in the year where we kind of go off weeks. So that will be nice. So it's only like one live. Now I'm having 2 lives a week, which, it doesn't seem like much. But when you plan a read-a-thon and you have your TBR and you're like me, who doesn't use her brain, and put the books that you're reading for your book clubs and your read-alongs in your TBRs, right. You just have extra books to read. So it's like, it doesn't seem like, 2 extra books you have to read a week. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's like, but this week there's no scheduled lives, like no extra books to read. I can focus on my TBR. Now I have this live. I love it.
You didn't have to read a book for this one.
I didn't. No, I just had to get book covers. Which
yes, I did give you homework an hour before.
And I was like, for Voxer, I never get notifications for Voxer, even though I have them turned on. I just never get the little banner. So I was like, I just happened to go in there because I needed the StreamYard link, and I'm like, oh, I have to get books. Okay, that's fine. I have a bunch in here. I have a bunch to choose from.
You have fine. A few.
Just a little bit, just a few. Like 10 or 20. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I am getting way too used to my phone being on silent mode and being work from home and a contractor and stuff. That's not the best thing all the time,
Oh, honestly, my book is on Do Not Disturb 24/7. 24/7.
All the time.
As soon as it turns off at 9 a.m., it goes right back on.
Oh, and Vina just showed up. Hey, hi, Vina. All right. So about this book covers, show us some book covers that you're loving right now.
I think you probably are going to know some of the books that I'm going to show. But of course, I had to bring this one out, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that was the one when I so did I ask you in another live? I was like, what's that book behind you? And you're like,
I know. I'm like, You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. I got a bunch over here. Yeah, this one, and then also you were looking at Gentle Rogue, which I moved up all the way up there. So,
Okay.
but yeah, this,
Yeah,
when
that
I
one's.
found this, at Goodwill for $1, I
Mhm.
screamed. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have the sticker covering his rump roast. I'm like, yeah.
That one is amazing. And
It's
Joanna Lindsay covers are just amazing, aren't they?
I have a bunch. And I was so excited because I found like a slew of them at Goodwill, and I'm just like,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
getting you. But yeah, I have a bunch, and I have the covers facing out so you can see them in all their glory. My husband looks at them and just shakes his head, but it's fine.
That's
Look
all
at
right.
this.
That's all right.
Look at this. Yeah, he's straight fucking
Oh
Hercules.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
they're getting they're in the midst of something.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Just said the
Hi,
F word. It's
Sarah.
not even my channel. Hi, Sarah. My bad.
Oh, so that's no. Don't apologize. It's completely fine. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I was like, my channel, I cause up a storm because it's marked not suitable for children.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everything on this channel, Mark, not suitable for children.
Yeah. Not that I don't love children, but
Oh yes, but they shouldn't be watching
they
this
should not be
YouTube
watching
channel.
this. Should be watching this. Cover your eyes. Go to bed.
Was that the only cover you had, or did you have
No,
any more?
I have
Just that.
more.
All right. Well, it was a doozy. So.
No, it's like I have more.
Oh, you have more? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
This beautiful cover of Indigo by
Oh,
Beverly Jenkins.
that
I found
is
this one at Goodwill too. Goodwill just kind of really does it for me. So
yeah, I can't go into thrift stores without coming out with at least a basket full of books.
yeah, I did have I have the 25th anniversary edition there, but then I also have the one where it's like black with like the sapphire jewels and everything on there. But yeah, this one is like the original like OG cover, and it's just stunning. Just beautiful. I love it so much.
There's nothing like this. It's just old covers, those painted, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, yeah, it is like the illustrated, like this is like the illustrated clinch cover, but
Right.
It looks like a picture. It looks like someone snapped a photo of it, It's like, oh, they're just beautiful. I'm trying to get it at an angle because my ring light is.
Oh yeah, that's okay. We can see it great. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, and then yeah, I have more. I just love this cover.
Oh, that's a good one too.
For Rilsey. I love Rilsey so much. I know this was like $5 on Amazon. It probably still is. But it's like a short little novelette.
Oh, okay.
It's very short. But I love this. I love just the couple. I love the pink. I really, really enjoy it.
That one was, I remember that one was making the rounds on the talk circuit not too long ago.
So good. Out. And then I have a couple, Amanda Boucher. She writes fantasy romance, and one of them is like a sci-fi romance, but I got the UK covers.
Oh.
I got these on eBay.
Oh, wow.
So this is A Promise of Fire.
Which
is a really great fantasy romance, hate to love, enemies to lovers.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. He kidnaps her. It's fine.
I will have to write that one down. Because I love fantasy.
Yeah.
Hate to love.
Oh yeah.
It's just it just adds that extra like element of having like mortal enemies. Yeah.
And he kidnaps her, it's fine.
Oh. Nothing like a good kidnapping, right?
It's he had good reasons. It's fine.
There were reasons.
It's fine. It was a good one. Oh, loved it. I'm thinking about Rilsey. I think I said this in my wrap up, my Storygraph wrap up that you have linked there. Rilsey, she's just so good at writing, like, the novelettes or the novellas, typically they're straight to the point sex, but it's like, she really gives you for the relationship too, like the building of the relationship. And she's fantastic.
And that's, because that's definitely something I usually need.
Yeah.
And I need to have some kind of connection to the character. Most of the time there are those times where, we just need to get right to it.
Need to get right. I mean, don't worry. They do. They get right to it. But the relationship is there too. So this one is her sci-fi one,
Oh,
Night Chaser.
that's a cool cover too.
Yeah. I need to reread this one so I can finish the series. But
How many books is it?
It's gonna be, I believe, 3, but she doesn't
Okay.
have plans to write 3 just yet. So I have some time because she's actually doing. I mean, she re-released these covers, so it's even like this is the UK cover. There are other covers that she just re-released, but then she's working on a spin-off of the secondary characters in this series.
Oh, okay.
So that's her priority for this year.
Awesome.
But yeah, so she will soon eventually release the 3rd book of this series. But yeah,
Nice.
I really like this. I found these on eBay for like $5-6. I'm like, yes.
Hey, there you go. Awesome.
And then I probably have shown these covers in every live stream I've done or any video that I've done in the last couple of months since I found out about this author. But these
I don't think I've seen those.
These are
Those
just
are beautiful.
beautiful, right? So we have this
Yeah.
one over here, Crimson Hunter. It's like a Red Riding Hood retelling, sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So good. So like in this one, like the werewolves and witches, they're kind of like mortal enemies because the werewolves like they feed off the magic that witches have, so that's kind of like me. But our 2 love interests, obviously a witch and a werewolf, they're trying to get like the peace going. Things happen. I had to chant HEA in my head because things were going very sideways in this book, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
That's got to be some good writing there to have you question whether the HEA is coming or not.
I know. I was like, it's gotta come. It's gotta be. Whew. I was really worried, but yeah, this one is really pretty too. I really like. This is like a more alien in space.
Oh, okay. Is that so that's not a retelling then? Okay.
This is kind of like a love triangle, but it's told in a completely different way. You just got to take my word for it. I don't want to spoil it because when you find out, it's kind of like shocking, but I like the way she really turns that trope on its head. It's awesome.
All right. I will have to check this out.
Yeah. And all of her covers look like this. They're just stunning. Love it. Love it. And then of course my last one, I gotta plug Who Picked This Book Club, right?
Oh yes.
So yeah, I love this cover as well. It's just beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be talking about that later this month.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Although I got to make sure to have tissues like Charles Warren does.
It's supposed to be very emotional. I don't know if I'm ready, but yeah, and it's floppy too. I like it.
Ooh, nice.
Floppy. But yeah, those are the books that I bought.
I went with the audiobook. I had credits to spare on Audible. So.
I did too, but I also just wanted a physical copy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I got it. So I'll be able to hybrid read if I, start the same day as the live, which I typically do. So just happens.
That does happen. Yeah. The tweets come out announcing the live show and it's like, oh, right. gotta read your book.
I gotta do that.
Alicia just got her copy of Real today. Awesome.
Yes. Yay. Super excited about that. So.
All right. So let me ask you about a specific book here.
Okay.
And I want you to tell us about your experience with it. Oh
no.
Because I think it's kind of a funny story.
Okay.
So the book Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, that book. When I first saw that book, it was like on Pinterest. And someone had made a graphic of it and they were just like, oh, this is the funniest book I've ever read in my entire life. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Yeah. And it seems like a great time. It's like it's the apocalypse, demon and an angel get together to try, save the world, right? Who doesn't love that premise? I hated it. I'm just like, this is not funny. I mean, I haven't even watched the show because even though I love the 2 actors that are in the show, I don't want to watch the show just because I'm just like, this was not funny.
It was, addendum to this story here. You and I were supposed to buddy read it together, but then, whatever happened and, it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
did.
I was enjoying it quite a bit. And I think it might just be like the dry British humor thing. It's like
Yeah.
you're either into that or you're not. But
Which I thought I was. I mean, I like Monty Python. I like, like those kind of, with that kind of humor, but I'm just like, I just was not into it. It's like, I mean, I guess I slowly finished it, but I was just like, maybe it was just like a really soft DNF where I'm just like, I'll pick it up
mhm.
eventually. And then I think I had to have found the audiobook because I remember just listening to it on 3 speed. I was like, I just gotta get through this because Aaron's counting on me.
I think we had both given up on each other by that point. I think it had been like months or something. I know for me it was like months before I finally finished it because I ran out of steam like halfway through it. And just like you said too, finishing it was just a whimper finishing
I
it,
know. I'm like, man, that's like I think it was just because my expectations were just too high. It just
Yeah,
sometimes
it
does happen.
happens.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah. And yeah, I watched episode 1 of
Oh,
the
did you?
show and just didn't feel a need to continue on. So
See, I'm glad
yeah.
I trusted myself, and I'm like, I'm not watching this.
And that's disappointing too, because like you said, the two actors, and especially David Tennant, like
David Tennant.
he's usually great in everything.
Yeah, man.
Um,
What a bummer, huh?
It is a bummer.
That wasn't our first buddy read, was it?
It was, yeah. So
Oh
that
my
actually
god. I'm
leads
surprised
into
you didn't kick me to the curb at that point. Like, I can't trust this bitch.
I think that might have been around the first time that our channel went on hiatus for like a year or something. So I bailed on the buddy read and then I just bailed on BookTube for a year too.
It's the book's fault. It was the book's
Yeah.
fault.
It was the
Oh my god,
apocalyptic
I think I
show.
was just like, Aaron just left. I'm such a bad person.
I was so ashamed I didn't finish the buddy read that I just left BookTube.
Imposter syndrome. Like, I cannot. Oh my gosh, that's so
Oh,
funny. How
Vina,
long
yeah,
ago was that?
I to Vina's question or comment here,
Uh-huh.
I had bought like a special hardcover version that had this really cool illustrated cover. So yeah, it was a really awesome cover, but yeah, disappointment in the end.
That was like when I first started BookTube, I think.
It was around that time. So that actually leads into my next talking point.
Oh god, okay.
And that was so I connected with you through a channel called Game of Tomes
Yes.
way back when. And
I still talk
I
to
mean,
them.
how much do we miss them?
I was devastated when they released that video that they were quitting their channel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I still talk to them. We're a part of a traveling annotated book club where we send books to each other where we read it and make our notes, and then we
Cool.
it kind of makes our way back around. This is year 3, I think. So I do still talk to them on the regular, but man, their videos were amazing. Oh my gosh, I just remember this one skit that they did. It was for like a read-a-thon, and she like Jessica dressed up as Dumbledore, and they had this whole skit going on. I was dying laughing. I was like, oh my god, you guys are fantastic. So yeah, I miss them and their content a bunch.
Yeah, they definitely had great chemistry for their videos and stuff. It's
So good.
hard doing a duo BookTube channel though. It's like getting into a headspace to film and edit video just one person is hard enough. Trying to get 2 people on the same level consistently is tricky.
Yeah, because it's just like, okay, like your schedule? What's your schedule like? And they didn't live in the same house. They had to figure out their day. They had to travel to their houses, and oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and
they both had families, and yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's like it just got to be, like a lot for them, and but yeah, I miss them. But yeah, that was a stepping stone for us there.
Yeah. And I appreciate it. You were always there for me every time I came back to doing BookTube. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. I had my notifications on. I'm like, yeah, you're back.
I know it took quite a few hiatuses there. Who knows? It probably won't be the last. So
it happens. you know, life happens. You move across the country. It's
Yeah. All right. So you started your channel in 2016.
oh god,
What made you decide to make that jump from a spectator of BookTube to actually becoming a creator? And what's been the journey to today?
you know, I had never watched BookTube before I decided to make a BookTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea it was a thing. No idea. I mean, I had the Who Picked This Book Club,
Hmm.
and you know, we had Jen and a couple other members and everything, and I was getting another gal to come to our, we called it In Real Life Book Club,
Uh-huh.
and it was a wife of someone that I worked with at when I worked at Red
Okay.
Lobster. And so she came in, and you know, you were talking, you know, she's a reader, I'm a reader, we're just, you know, shooting the shit. And she was like, you know what, like you should make a booktube channel. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what is booktube? What? And she's like, oh yeah, it's a YouTube where people just talk about books. I'm like, first of all, I had no idea that was a thing. I will investigate immediately. So I did. I went in there, and one of the first channels that I found was Olivia at I Live for Books. That was her channel name back.
Hmm.
She has since changed it. She's changed it
Okay.
to like Olivia Reads or something like that.
Okay.
But she had like some videos where she was like, starting your channel, like this is what I did,
Oh,
like
okay.
for beginners, like no, you don't need like $100 $200 camera, you don't need all these expensive lightings and things like that. I'm like, because I was getting to the point where it's just like, oh yeah, like you need lighting, you need a camera, you need a place to set up, you're like your editing software, and I'm just like, this is getting expensive, this is gonna be a
Hmm.
hobby, like I don't know. So she was like, when I was watching her videos, like you can literally film on your phone. I'm like, I can film on my phone, it does have a recording issue, you know, like, but so I watched her stuff, and then I stumbled on Katrina, Little Book Owl. She's
Hmm.
one of the bigger, you know,
Yeah.
booktubers, you know, and she has a whole slew of videos about how to start a booktube channel. So that was kind of just like my stumbling. And then I had written online reviews for books for a publishing house. It was my cousin's publishing house, so I
Oh,
written, you
nice.
know, reviews for her website, and she had come to me saying like maybe like some video reviews, and I'm like, this is actually kind of perfect because I was thinking of starting a YouTube channel.
Nice.
So it kind of just like compounded like
Uh-huh.
of other things that I was doing on the side, just, you know, figuring out I can really do it for cheap. And the fact that my computer, my MacBook Pro had, you know, iMovie, which is what I still
Hmm.
use to edit, and it's a free thing that just comes on the Mac. When I'm just like,
Yeah.
perfect, I can literally do this. So I just sat in my, when I first started recording, I sat in my dining room, which where I had the most kind of art, like natural light, where I
Oh,
could get
yeah.
like the best lighting. And I didn't have any kind of tripod. I literally just did stacks of books and
Uh-huh.
balanced my phone.
Yep.
That's what I did. And a lot of my and a lot of my older videos, don't watch it. It's cringy. Um you will see my phone fall. Like I'll have bloopers on the end of some of my videos, and like my phone will fall because like I'm like moving around, or Jen's there and we're moving
Hmm.
around and we're laughing, and my phone will just fall. So yeah, come a long way.
Oh, yeah. So, like Nicole said, go check out her first video. Don't
Oh my
don't go look
god.
for mine. Let's.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I started a Twitter, and then like it was like around Halloween, and then I saw like Spookathon was happening, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna this is the middle of October. I'm just gonna start Spookathon." And I'm just like, "Hey everybody, I'm gonna start Spookathon." And I'm like, "That's not how you do it. It's fine."
Yeah.
It was just wow. It was wow.
You know what? We all just jumped in at some
Yeah.
point. Like I didn't even edit our first videos, so it's just us saying and pausing. Oh, it's a
The amount
horror
of
show.
times like
But
I say and so, and I'm just like, I just want to punch myself in the face.
it seems so different when we're just conversing on a live here, but then when you're editing and listening to how you speak.
Yourself. Like why? Like why is it so different? Like honestly, even in a live, I feel like I say and so a lot, and I can't get my thoughts to cohesively come together from my brain out of my mouth, but here we are.
Here we are.
Here
And you
we
know what?
are.
It shows the progress we've made.
High five. Yeah.
All right. So the romance takeover was a huge event in early 2020. This
Yeah.
was right as the nation was going into lockdown. Can you take us back there for a moment? Because it seemed like that kind of was a catalytic moment for like romance booktube, at least when I kind of fell into it, or at least
Mhm.
watching it.
Yeah. So romance takeover, that was kind of just something that I just thought of just to get, like people just into romance, like
Hmm.
not that people weren't already into romance in YouTube. I just hadn't
Right.
found like as many people as I have found now.
Hmm.
And Stephanie had made like the Voxer group with like a lot of romance booktubers, like with
Yeah.
Izzy and, all the staples, right? And I was just like, hey, like, why don't we just take a weekend and, just it was first of all, it was supposed to be like a buddy read. It was like, let's just all like read this book and just like talk about it on Twitter and we can vlog about it and things like that. And that
Hmm.
kind of just morphed into a read-a-thon, you know. And so yeah, it was just a lot of fun where we just took the weekend and we, just shouted from the rooftops like, we're taking over, we're doing this and read romance and like it.
It was great because I think it gave a lot of people permission to start talking more about romance on BookTube. It seemed like it was, if anyone did have a romance book in their wrap up, they'd always kind of have these disclaimers of like, oh, well, so I had this one on my nightstand and it was just, evening reading. So, don't
Right.
judge me too harshly because I read this romance book.
Right, exactly. Always those disclaimers, right?
Mhm.
And that was even like that was kind of when I really started just opening up and just really discussing romance on my channel. I mean, I've always read romance on my channel. Even from my first videos, you'll see that I have plenty of
Mhm.
romance books to talk about. But I was also, I wouldn't say forcing, but forcing myself to read what everybody else was reading because, you wanted to get those views and,
Right.
and it's just like, why do that? Like, why?
Uh-huh.
Predominantly I'm a romance reader. That's like my bread and butter. That's what I started reading when I was 15 years old and I have not looked back since. Like why am I so ashamed of it now? But it's,
Mhm.
it's the negative connotation. So now that, I found this group, I'm a part of this group now and I'm just like, oh, there are other people talking about romance on BookTube, It's like awesome. So yeah, that definitely gave me permission just to be out and open and honest and like this is what I'm reading. Look at this naked man on this just fluffing your titties. Look at
Yeah.
so it was very freeing. It was awesome. And then I started loving what I was doing again because like really
Mhm.
booktube has like always been a hobby and it was really fun at first because I was just getting started. But
Yeah.
then I was just like, okay, like I'm reading these books. Yeah, I'm enjoying them, but it's like, oh, I want to get back to the series because I kind of put that off because I was reading these books for booktube. Now I'm just
Mhm.
like now I'm just out and open and free. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's almost a like point of relief, I
Yeah.
guess, in your booktubing journey when you stop chasing the views, and you're
Yeah.
just like, I'm just gonna do whatever. If anyone wants to come check out my channel, fine. If
Yeah.
not, whatever.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's exactly, what it was. And the fact that, I had no idea that people were talking about romance on BookTube. Like people just have channels predominantly talking about romance.
Mhm.
And I was like, I feel like yeah, I found my people. Thank you. You exist.
Yes. Yeah. Hey Bree, glad you made it.
Hi, Bree. I hope you're resting and recovering.
Oh
Love you.
no. Yeah. Oh, and she says the relief is real. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. All right. So the Bookish Academy Awards just celebrated its 5th year.
Oh yeah.
In 2020, that was the first time you did the awards live. Was
Live.
this a decision based on on wanting the viewers to have involvement in it, or was it just to avoid the editing?
This was just straight convenience. So, like, I think Jen and I, we were, yeah, we were talking about how editing is a pain. It is. Nobody
Yeah, yeah.
likes editing. Nobody.
Hmm.
If you say you do, you're a liar. It's fine. But um it was like I was lurking. But yeah, it's because when Jen and I get together, y'all have been to our lives. Like we get kind of like tangent city, you know? So like raw footage for those videos when we sit down and record them, they're 3 hours.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of bloopers. Like I like in those like sit down videos, like at the very end, we have like blooper reels, where those are a lot
Uh-huh.
of fun. But now, like when you have them live, you just see the bloopers as they're happening, which is fun.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, it was basically convenience, not editing. Also, like COVID, the pandemic, we're just like, oh, yeah, we'll just be in our homes. Like, you don't have to come over. You don't have to worry about, because I work in the hospital setting. So I'm exposed to
Oh yeah.
that stuff all the time. So it's like, you don't have to, this was before the vaccines and everything, but
Hmm.
it's like, you don't have to come over. You don't have to like expose yourself to me. Like, this is just, let's just do it live. Let's just do it. And so, yeah, we just haven't, like, we didn't turn back.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I know I appreciate it that I can be in the comments screaming at you about your decisions about probably about books that I haven't even read. So,
Yeah, it's always like those disclaimers where it's just like, this is like my choice. Like everyone's choice can be different. It's fine. But yeah, it's a lot of
yes.
fun. We like doing that. We like doing it that way. The kind
Yeah,
of like
because
just yearly wrap up.
who was it? Bianca this year was like, where do we go to vote for the books that are nominated?
And like, you don't really vote because these are just our picks. Oh, Bianca. Ah.
All right. So you have your ear well to the ground on indie publishers, other than yourself, who's going to be up and coming here. Um, do you want to plug any indie authors that have been writing some real buzzworthy stuff?
Oh yeah, of course. R Virtues, he's working tirelessly on the
Hmm.
third book in the Gods of Hunger series. He is, um, he's just so worried about it being so long. And I'm just like, don't. Like people will read it. Like people are like, this
Hmm.
is the third book in the series. People will love it. Like don't worry about it being so long. Um, because he's going over it and going over it and going over it. But like, I have no idea what to cut out of here. I'm like, don't cut anything. It's
Uh-huh.
fine. Like just publish it. It's fine. And he was like, you're gonna read it in one sitting, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, I probably will. But when up and coming, I it's
I'm putting a lot of pressure on Nicole.
I know right in the live. You can't even edit it out.
I'm calling you out.
There are things in the works for later. Not even like, like this half a year, like next half of the year.
But
But
trust me, it's going to be great, everyone.
oh, I love you.
It is. It is. It's going to blow up. I just know it is.
I'm blushing. Blushing. Okay, yeah. So yeah, RM, fantastic. Wonderful. Tasha L. Harrison, yeah,
Mhm.
wonderful. She's great. Rilsey Adams, love Rilsey. A lot of these
Yeah.
names sound familiar just because we did a lot of their stuff for Hoathon.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just had the unique, wonderful pleasure to like talk with a lot of these authors, and it was just fantastic. It was a great time, honestly. It was like during my birthday month too, so it was fantastic. Don't be hurt, Bree. I haven't literally told anybody.
Well, she knows what it is, so
I know, like it was like
yeah.
succubus, and I'm pretty sure Bree, you have like a copy of Succubus. I feel like.
It's lovely. Have you added any more since the last time
Since
I
I
checked out the
updated it.
manuscript?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Okay.
I need to
All
do
right.
that. I need
Just
to
let me
do it
know.
because I'm on a deadline now. I need to do that.
Oh, those lovely deadlines.
Oh, deadline. And it's not even a self-imposed deadline. It's like an actual deadline.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Real world deadline.
Real world deadline. Dang. Oh. Where were you during Clearly sleeping.
Hey, Charles.
Hi,
Yes, I'm doing a live. I decided to take the step into doing them. I assumed they were going to be harder than they actually were, but like Nicole says all the time, you just show up and then you're done.
Yeah, you show up, you do it. I mean, StreamYard makes it so easy. I feel like it's really,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I read it. That's why I'm excited.
See, Bree agrees. It's going to be a hit. Everyone's going to love it. And you've done such a great job promoting indie authors. I feel like they're going to, I feel like they're going to just give you that same treatment right back. At least I would hope so. Yeah.
I would be blessed if they did, but I'm not expecting anything. It's just that I was like nervous, it's like nervous, excited, and I'm getting a lot of help and like the word makers, Tasha L. Harrison, like she like has this amazing group put together and a lot of resources and published authors putting forth like, here's what I did wrong. Here's what you should do, and RM is really good, at encouraging and telling us like, oh, you should definitely do this, like don't forget to do this, like you need to do this, like you probably didn't think of this but do this, so it was just I'm so blessed, so blessed. Did you find your perfect pen name? I did. I thought I had it and then I wasn't feeling it, so I changed it a little bit, but yeah, I think we got it.
All right.
Call
well,
me when I can talk.
Yeah.
I can talk about it. I will.
when you're
You're
ready
resting
to talk.
right now. You're resting.
Oh, see, already you got the interview circuit going already.
You're gonna make me cry. Stop it. Okay, it's not even dead yet.
Nope, and you're gonna show up on Charles's channel too. So already your schedule's filling up.
I love you guys. Love you. Oh my
Hashtag
gosh.
Team Nicole. Yes.
Okay. Freaking out.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. I don't even know what the question was. I don't know.
So I was asking you about indie authors, but I wanted to go back to something about long books in especially later ones in the series. I found that like paranormals or like fantasy romance ones, that the more you get into the series, you don't care about the length of the book. You like, honestly, the longer the better.
Exactly.
In some of those paranormals, it's like, I don't care if it's filler, if it has these characters that I love in it, just take me grocery shopping with them. I don't care.
Exactly though. And that's what I'm telling him. I'm just like, people love this series, dude. People love it. Like they do not care that, it's going to be over 100,000 words. They don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the counterpoint to the buzz that was happening the other day on Twitter about the what books under 80,000 words or something don't look good on shelves.
Oh God, what a trash take, right? What a trash. Let me show you this book here. Look at this, looks beautiful on my shelf. Beautiful.
It's a beautiful book. Yeah.
Beautiful. And it's the fact that you have that kind of terrible take is like, I think it was it Vina or was it Whitney? I can't remember who, but they're just like, you were missing out on so many fantastic books because you're a word count snob. Like, come on. Like there are novellas, novelettes for a reason. There are different, and people like reading different lengths. Like sometimes you don't want to read a tome. Sometimes you want just a short little quick thing just to get your Goodreads, goal up,
Absolutely.
Sometimes you do want a big thick thing that you can get, lost in. And it's like different, like people read different stuff. Like, come on. Yeah, not on the internet when screenshots are a thing. Like,
Yeah.
even if you try to delete that tweet, people know. People seen it.
Oh yeah, the internet's forever, even if you delete that tweet.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Where was I in questions here? Okay, let's see. Oh, have you decided on what the next late night special book is going to be for Who Picked This Book Club?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of it with you?
I don't have a physical copy. Let me look it up. Oh my god, what's her name?
Is it a Valentine's theme?
It's not.
Oh, that's all right.
I feel like I failed.
No,
Okay.
no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll forgive you this time.
Okay, this time. It was actually recommended by Izzy over at Happy for Now. And
Oh, awesome.
because, Jen was saying, like, let's do like a naughty historical. So I was asking her if she has any recs for like kind of like a dirtier naughty historical. And so it's The Duke I Tempted by Scarlett, what's her name? Peckham. Sorry, my ring light is super, super right there. But yeah, so that's going to be the last weekend of February because I'm busy the rest of the weekends. But yeah, I'm actually, speaking of, I was going to promote that and see if anybody wanted to be like in the live. So here we are.
Absolutely. You can always count on me.
Yeah.
Even when I don't sign up for them.
I know, but I'm just going to tag you. You got to be there. Bree, I love you so much. Don't make me cry. This is live. People are watching. Not the worst.
The worst. Oh no.
Listen.
Charles always the hot takes on our next book club.
Exactly. And this other comment that he has, the Rakis is so much better. I heard the Rakis was trash. That's what I heard.
All right.
So.
Shots fired now. Not the Duke. Oh no.
Not the Duke. Yes, Tempted the Duke. Hold on, let me write that down. I got my paper, you know me. SM. Oh, I don't know how to say that last name. Okay, got it.
Violet. It's a fancy last name. Oh no, what about my hair? Is it?
It's there.
I know, it's kind of poofy.
Poofy. When is it's the probably the last Saturday, the 26th. That's when, right. Yeah, because this weekend we're doing something. Next weekend I'm supposed to be out of town. The weekend after that, I mean. And then so the 26th is really the only weekend I have for February. So yeah.
I don't know if I'm recording with Bree and Sarah on the Categorically Romance podcast. That's usually earlier in the day, so I think
oh, okay, yeah, because it's gonna be late night. Erotic historicals. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Bree. Making me blush now. Yes. How do you balance all of these book clubs and read-a-thons and
how do you
read 20 books in a week? What's your method?
Oh gosh, I feel like I don't do it very well. I feel like I'm always like behind because I'm like, oh yeah, that live stream's tomorrow. I got to read this book, and I'm always like, I got to read so fast, But it's like like I say, reading is my superpower all the time, but it is because I can get through a book pretty quickly. But it's literally.
You've started some chunkers like the day of a lie, and I'm baffled how you made it through, and like physically too. You read it with your eyes.
Eyeballs. Oh my gosh, yeah. Some of them I'm just like, even there were which one was it that I finished? Oh, I think it was for Uncle Rick. I think I finished it like seriously, like I was in the broadcast studio with Bree, and I'm like, I have to finish. I'm on like the last 2 pages. Like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like I don't manage it very well because I'm always like last minute reading stuff. So
you know what? That's it's the lifestyle we choose, right?
And I don't know, maybe it's like if I'm like crunch time, I'm just like, okay, focus. And then and work full time. Yeah, I have a full time job, but I feel
Yeah.
like I'm super blessed in my job just because, you know, like we do have downtime in between patients. Like when the schedule breaks up a little bit, we do have a little bit of.
And you don't get in trouble for reading on the job?
No, my
That's
boss
awesome.
actually encourages me to bring a book. They're like,
Oh,
especially if
that's
I'm
cool.
going. I used to float at a bunch of different facilities, and some are busier than others. And so my supervisor was just like, bring a book. Like if I'm going to like a slower facility, so I'm not quote unquote bored.
Uh-huh.
There's only so much busy work you can do. Like, yeah, I can check the
Oh,
fax
yeah.
queue 75,000 times. I can transcribe orders. I can all, you know, but it's like there's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Marie.
Bye, Bree.
Love you.
I don't know what I would do if someone told me I had to go back to the office. Anyway, I won't think about
It would
that.
not go well. Yeah, I never left. I still like even height of pandemic, I was still going into the office, but that's what happens when you work in healthcare.
That is what happens. I hope you were monetarily compensated with that instead of just with thank yous and you're so great.
I mean, I got Starbucks gift cards sometimes.
It's
but no, I
something,
got a
right?
bonus. I got a bonus this last year. I got
Okay.
$1 raise last year. So yeah, I honestly was not expecting any of that just because COVID even hit hospital networks, you know, so I wasn't even expecting to get that, but yeah. I'm back for 2 weeks and
Sounds back home.
they think, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, absolutely. It's like slowing down. And then you know, go back to work and then look, another spike. Here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I thought schools were going to shut down again there for a second, but luckily I don't know if they've got it under control or what. We'll see here in the next few weeks.
We'll see.
Midday too.
They're like, no, you guys got to go. You got to go.
Like you couldn't have told us that in the morning or last night.
Before I woke up, got dressed, drove there. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Nicole, how many readathons are you hosting in March?
Am I hosting? Oh
yes.
Gosh, I don't think I'm hosting any in March.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Well,
yeah.
Are you participating in some then?
Probably. Probably am. Honestly, like I'm biting at the bit to host another hoathon. I'm gonna get, the group together and get that situated, but it's probably not gonna be it's not gonna be that soon, that's for sure. So, but I'm not sure when that's gonna happen again. But
I feel like that's one you don't really need a special occasion to do another installment of. It's just like, we're doing it again, everyone.
We're doing it. And everyone would be like, yeah. But yeah, I probably will. Middle grade March happens every March, and then March Mystery Madness. Those are two that I have participated in the past. So like, I love cozy mysteries, but like for this middle grade March, I don't like. My goal was to finish for last year. Middle grade March, my goal was to finish a series of unfortunate events. So I did that.
Okay, yeah.
So going into this middle grade March, I really don't have any. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to like binge read middle grade books like I did, last year. Like the middle grade books that I'm reading currently this year are for the Uncle Rick read along, which I'm hosting with Bree. So yeah, a lot of those like from the Uncle Rick or Rick Riordan's Presents line. So a lot of them are middle grades. So, but I'm not going to like be binging them like the entire month, but I am reading a lot of middle grade.
There's something about the series of unfortunate event series that it strikes that perfect balance of for kids, but still very enjoyable to adults, or at least you keep reading them, even though they keep upsetting you more and more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like every single book, it got darker and darker with each book. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and all the adults just made me angry reading that series. I'm like, these adults are useless.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, like literally Olaf is right in front of your face with a half-assed disguise. And you're like, no, this is Captain Cham. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But yeah, it's like, and nobody believes the kids, nobody. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God, I was like, these poor children, take them away. You don't deserve them. Take them.
Yeah. They can just live by themselves by this point. Just giving their money.
They have been like they're like at their guardian's house, but really they're just take care of themselves. Gosh. Oh, the adults are terrible.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
you're back. Hi.
yes. Glad you have your lifeline back when the
You know,
internet's out. It's at
internet's
least
gone.
we
You're
have
like, what
phone
am I
data
gonna
still, I guess.
do? So dumb. Oh gosh, yeah, it's very, very frustrating. I have a bunch of Goosebumps books I guess I could read.
Oh.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of those. A bunch. Mhm.
Well,
I'm trying to get like all like the
hmm.
original Goosebumps. Try to get all of
Oh.
them.
Yeah, like Phantom of the Auditorium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite. It's for
Yeah.
some reason, and the one I just remember the most from.
I always remember like say cheese and die. That was so funny.
I don't I don't remember that one. That one must have been past my time. So the original was it the Monster Mask or something like that? Or
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, so the original, the
Yeah,
OG one
the OG
came
ones,
out with
yeah.
yeah.
Let me see what actually the first one actually is called. Goosebumps. Oh yeah, Welcome to Dead House was book one.
Okay. Yeah, and
Welcome
then
to
he wrote the those Fear Street books too,
Yeah.
which were those were scary. Like
Those were kind of scary.
yeah,
I'm like, are these for kids?
at
Maybe
least to,
maybe
fifth
more
grade me reading.
right. Maybe they were more like young adult, like preteen instead of like,
Oh,
or
okay.
like teenager, like instead of middle grade. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. So this is say okay, that's a terrible picture. I was gonna bring up Say Cheese and Die, but I got a terrible
No, you
picture
no,
of it.
you got to show
Well, it was all pixelated. I'm like, come
Oh,
on.
okay, okay. Bad quality. All right.
Hold on, let me bring it up. Hold on. Cheese and Die. I just think that title is just hilarious.
So with the camera like steal your soul
Yeah.
and you'd live inside the picture then or the film or was it
Well, no, it
Polaroid?
was like it's like if you got your picture taken with this camera, you were gonna die.
Oh, it was a little Final Destination there
Yeah.
or The Ring. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. What is going? Here we go. Come on. Say cheese and die. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, I do remember that one. I
Yeah.
remember that cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, there's
Yeah.
skeletons on it. What are they doing? They're at a barbecue. Yeah, those are great. Those are funny.
All right. So you're rereading the Patience Price series because
Yes.
Julianne Lindsay actually rewrote them or
Yeah,
did some
she did.
edits on them.
Yeah,
So
she cleaned
are
it up a
those
bit.
going to be part of the book club, or is that just going to be side buddy read?
That
Or
is going to be a side buddy read that Jen is hosting on our new Instagram. So she
oh, okay,
recently did a post and she did a breakdown for, all three books. So that is on there if you want to participate in that. I'm pretty sure she probably has a group chat. Alicia, I think you're in it. Help me out. But yeah, so yeah, that's I felt like since we literally just read those books last year, I mean, yes, she did edit it and
hmm
yes, she did like clean it up a bit, but I'm just like, I feel like we have a lot of books. She's releasing a lot of books this year again.
yeah,
And it's like we do have a lot of books to get through. You know, I just felt like redoing live streams for them because I did that last year for Seaside because we
okay,
2 years ago we talked about books like the newer books that were coming out and people wanted
hmm
to do the reread. So I was like, okay, we'll do a reread of the Seaside, and I'm like, okay, kind of want to cut back on the rereads a little
cut
bit.
back
Not
on the
that I
rereads.
don't love Julianne Lindsay. I do with my heart and soul. I love Julianne Lindsay. But yes, so Jen's going to be doing that buddy read on the Instagram.
Awesome.
So definitely check that out. Should be like
Yes,
the
check that
newest
out,
post. Yeah, should be the newest post. You can check out the dates and stuff. So
and I'll bug her on there. So I guess that leads to the next question of how long does the Who Picked This Book Club have until we just are forced back into weekly books?
honestly, I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm just like, I want to be more like accessible to like our viewership and everything because I know not everybody reads as fast as I do. Like it's very hard to expect someone to read a whole book to be ready to talk about it in a week.
Mhm.
So when I just go bi-weekly, Jen didn't really want to do that, but she reads fast like I do. And I'm just like, yeah, it's like, but it's not just us. We have other people, we have people joining us in the live shows as well. So I was like, I want to make it as accessible as possible. And that's a thank you. But I don't know. I just feel like that's a lot of pressure to put on some
Mhm.
readers, because like you don't want to just read what we're reading. You have other books on your TBR that you want to
Yeah.
get to, or you have other books that are coming out that, it's like, so some people that, read, 10 books a month, not saying that that's not a lot. And it is for a lot of people, 10 books a month is a lot.
Mhm.
And 4 of those books being a book club book that you may or may not have wanted to read, but you just want to participate because you're a part of the book club. But
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't leave very much wiggle room for people to read what they want to read.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
That's why
very
I'm like
considerate of
asking.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Because I was like asking some, like I asked you, like what do you want to read? Like I don't want to just keep picking these books, and I even asked like
Mhm.
Jen, like what do you want to read? Like I don't want to pick all these books, and she was just like I don't know, and I'm like look at your bookshelf. What do you want to read? So it's like, or for the late night shows, like give
Mhm.
me recommendations. Like what do you want to see us talk about? And I'm all, and like Charles has some recommendations.
Oh no, we're
Getting
getting choppy.
canceled. Are we getting choppy? No. Do you see me? See me?
I see you. I
Okay,
can hear
good.
you.
Okay, great.
Maybe it's evening out now. Okay. I think we're back.
Come on, internet. Stick with us.
Yeah, because what poor Liz then the last live, she was still reading the last 2 pages in the book.
Yeah. I just always have to remember that, people read at different speeds, and they might not, they want to read other things,
Mhm.
which, I'm, as much as I miss Shannon, like she's getting like her like TBR and her physical stuff like just
Yeah.
gone and out of the way, because like it's what she, and I miss her. I miss her. I want her to come back, but she is there, even though she hasn't read the book, she comes and she doesn't mind spoilers, but
She does.
like,
Yes. She comes and says hi. We appreciate it.
yeah, we appreciate it. But it's like sometimes you just want to read what you want to read. And I don't want to like, read all the book club books.
Well, Avina's got Rex, and so I
Yeah.
guess that's saying that she's going to come back for some more live shows. So we always
Yeah.
want her on.
I'm gonna come back, Dina. Be
So
in the
we'll
live.
see you there, Vina.
Thanks.
All right. So in our wrap up question, are there any other authors or booktubers that you just want to shout out to everyone to give them some attention?
Well, of course, I got to shout out my co-host for the Uncle Rick read along, Bree. She's not in the chat anymore, but she's fantastic. I love her to death, and I'm really glad that we did this readathon, or read along, I should say, because we met each other, but we were definitely just commenting
Mhm.
each other's videos. And when you participate in a read along and you talk to somebody for as long as we have, or you're a part of a book club, you really do get to know these people. And
Yeah.
she's just fantastic. And of course, Aaron, I love that you're doing the live now,
Oh,
and
thank
you're
you.
starting your new adventure into your solo booktube channel. Even though Miss Lane, I loved when they came back and you did this little like book brood reunion. I'm like, yes.
Yes, that was good to have them back. Yes, so they'll probably
And
still be in those Read Genji
okay,
videos. I hope.
yeah, because you're doing that. You're it's like a big buddy read that y'all are doing. So,
Yes.
and then of course, Cachet with the hobbies.
Oh yeah.
Her, Britt Riderly, and Dejana, they're hosting the Missy Elliott readathon this month.
Mhm.
Charles, of course. Charles is great.
He
He
is
keeps
great.
me he keeps me on my toes, Charles. But yeah,
He's there to give us the warnings about the books we're about to read.
yeah. Otherwise, I would not have. It's like I don't read
Yeah.
synopsis, and I didn't even think to look at the reviews for trigger warnings for historical romance. But
Right.
here we are. Of course, Vina's good. She's always good for a good rant video. I
Oh,
love her sit
yes.
down rant videos. Vina, Miss WC Reader, fantastic,
Oh
fantastic.
my gosh. Whenever I see Venus retweeted someone on Twitter, I'm like, oh, who's on blast today?
Who is it?
Let's buckle in.
I know. I got to go back. I got to click on the tweet that she retweeted and be like, okay, let's read what's going on now.
Mhm.
And Chloe over at This Verse, her and Cachet, they're doing the 100,000 Kingdoms, the Inheritance
Okay.
trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. They're doing that read along. And who else? Deidre Shade Tree reads, her and Bray are doing the Sookie Stackhouse. A lot of people are
Okay.
doing read alongs, like
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, it's fun to go back and talk about. Well, I never read the Dead Like Me books, but I assume that these are rereads for them. So it's always fun to go back and read them or read them again for the first time and then have someone to talk about with them. And especially live with the comments and stuff.
Yeah, and I know for Sookie, it's a reread for Deidre. Bree had never read the books, but she's watched the show True Blood, which after first and second season, it gets kind of like vaguely like this is the plot of the book, and then it goes off where it wants to do.
It just does its own thing.
Yeah, but so she has that, history. For me, I've read all of the Sookie Stackhouse and I watched True Blood, and so it's definitely a reread for me. Like if I get to, I did end up rereading Dead Until Dark. I don't know if I'll get to do that for the next book that they're talking about, but yeah, they have sprints the last Tuesday of the month, so reading sprints, and then the last Friday of the month is their live, so where they actually talk about the book.
Awesome. Well, check that out, everyone. Nicole, thank you so much for being my second guest on my live show. I appreciate it very much, and I wish you the very best with your channel and just your writing and all that you have ahead of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I love just sitting chatting. I love it. Love it. So thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, and then the next, can't find it here. I'm still getting used to StreamYard, everyone.
Yeah, look at you with the banners. Yes.
So episode number 3 is actually just this Friday, and it's going to be my first author interview. It's going to be with the debut author, Darby Bayham. We're going to talk about the Shoe Diaries, her debut book, and we're just going to talk about whatever and have a good time. So I hope I see all of you there. And until then, have a great night.
Bye.